Warning, this video could be triggering for anyone who has encountered or endured a miscarriage. So if you're not in a place where you can see that right now, just skip this one and go to something else on my page with something cute and happy. Today is Skyler Lee's heavenly birthday, and this is the day that I gave birth to a baby that was pretty deformed in 2021. Ryan and I were very excited to be welcoming baby number 6 into our family, and we were getting ready. We had just told the kids that we were pregnant, and we just told his family because we went to a family gathering because it was his mom's birthday, and I started spotting. And I wasn't alarmed to be spotting because with my third pregnancy I spotted pretty much the whole time, and it was perfectly normal. My daughter was born and she is alive and well today. So I wasn't worried until I went to the bathroom, and there was a lot more than just spotting. There was quite a big puddle of blood, almost like a period. So I told Ryan, and I told him I think something's wrong, and we ended up staying at his parents' house for a little bit longer to finish cake and ice cream and stuff. And then we were planning on going to my niece's gymnastics competition, and I was so bummed that we weren't able to go to that. I still remember how disappointed I was in that. It's so strange the things you get disappointed about when other things are happening. And so anyway, that was just very clear in my mind that we weren't able to go there. And on the drive home, I started cramping really, really bad. And I never take any kind of medicine in pregnancy. It makes me very nervous to take any medicine in pregnancy. But I was hurting so bad that I went to bed because that's what the doctor said to do. We called the doctor, and he said, well, it might be a miscarriage, but you're probably just fine, because I had never had one before. And so I went to bed and thinking I would wake up and everything would be fine in the morning, and I was going to the doctor on Monday. And everything wasn't fine. I woke up around midnight in intense pain, and the way I would describe it is, and I was very surprised, I didn't know that miscarriage feels exactly like giving birth to a live baby. It was so painful. I asked Ryan for some ibuprofen, and he said, well, I think he's like, are you sure? And then I said yes. And so he went to the kitchen and he rummaged around, I found out later that he did see the ibuprofen, but he knew that I was going to be feeling really, really guilty and bad if I took any kind of medicine. So he came back in and said, well, I couldn't find any. Are you okay? And I was like, no, I guess I'm fine. And so then I just kind of rolled over and went back to sleep. And then around 2 a.m., I felt a really, really big gush of water, and I thought that I had to go pee. And so I got up and went to the bathroom, and the baby just fell out into the toilet. And I just immediately said to myself, no, oh my gosh, no. And so I reached in to the toilet and pulled out what I thought might be the baby. And it was the baby, but the baby was very deformed and only had heart and lungs and was just in this little sack. And so that was really, really, I wasn't expecting to see that, because where I was at in my pregnancy, the baby should have been further along, should have been formed. And so what had formed was not a developed baby. But I am a religious person, and I have personally felt that the baby that we lost that day was a boy because of some private and personal experiences that I have had over the years since that day, and the fact that we lost 3 other babies and they were all boys. And so I do think that this baby was a boy, and I am so grateful that a friend told me to name this baby even though I didn't know gender. And so that is why we picked the gender neutral name Skyler Lee. So, and how I remember my miscarriage dates is the exact day they were born on the earth. So even though the baby had passed away inside of my body already and wasn't really living at that moment anymore, I just decide to choose to have their heavenly birthday on the day that they were actually born onto the earth. So I bought this bird feeder to feed the birds and to remember Skyler Lee, and that is his birth story. My deepest condolences for anyone who has also endured or gone through a miscarriage. My heart goes out to you right now, and I hope that you can find some comfort and solace in the things that I have shared today, and just know that you are not alone. Your baby mattered, your birth story mattered, and this is me reaching out and saying I'm sorry. I can tell you from personal experience that the grief and pain of losing a baby does not go away overnight, but it does get better with time. And now I look for ways to find happiness in their short little lives, and I plant these daffodils because that is the birth flower for this month, and I find the little bird nests in the trees, and I just think about my babies in a way that I know they're happy in heaven, and I miss them dearly. And that grief, like I said, it hasn't gone away from me. I find happiness a lot more than I used to, but it does take time.